This chapter is entitled Boys Will Be Boys. Like all his peers, Bug was concerned his pocket money might not last. If so, how could he buy some sweets, computer games, or have a blast? At online games that bring such joy, but cost a lot for him to share. For now, his coffers are half full, but he must spend with greatest care. Though not malicious, he'd indulge in pranks affecting peers all, like tying shoelaces together, laughing as friends did fall, flicking food across the table into fruit juice, sprinkling salt, until teachers finally caught him, causing a temporary halt. Being tall, a natural leader, he encouraged his cool friends to his form of misbehaving. On their help he now depends. The latest online fad? Free running. Climb out the window, he did say, across the new extension scaffold, then jump off, free runner's way. Boyish pranks they kept backfiring. Staff would never tolerate. All the school rules he was breaking. Punishment would to be his fate. Always involved exercising, all the things that Bug did hate. Yet his mildly wild behaviour, punishment could not negate. Whilst he was out free running, Miguel asked what he will do. Summer holiday is looming. Bug's plans grew and grew. Parents away, footy duties, for me fishing would be best. Maybe I'll go beachcombing. What about you? What's your quest? Spanish festivals are norm for me, Miguel answered wistfully. I'd much rather go skateboarding, all the holiday for me. I've a bright red scooter, Bug said. Cold or chilly, not sure why. My parents could build a skate park. Think of all the tricks I'd try. It would have to be well hidden from our house so they can't see. Then the school bell rang out once more, thus breaking Bug's reverie. So the pupils tramped once more down corridors to reach their room. Often with thoughts of foreboding, Bug perceived the endless gloom. Mr. Ricketts was the head of science, a lacklustre man in every way, no sense of humour, of dull disposition, and his poor hygiene made his pupils pay. Bug likened him to a vampire-style figure, skinny, bony fingers and smelling of rot. Fiercer than crisscross, ugly personified, frightened of anyone. Ricketts was not. Curiosity made Bug creep into the science lab, wanting to snoop on what sick Rick prepared. Bottles with potions all lined up and ready for the next class. At these, Bug simply stared. A tiny glass bottle top left on the floor. On this Bug stood and then came crashing down. With a mighty dull thud, his head then struck the floor. In a semi-daze, Bug's world was spinning around. Laid in a heap, half awake, feeling woozy, trying to cry for help. Anyone here? Call the emergency service. Stuttering Feckenham's voice was quite clear. Passing the science lab, nothing, noting the door ajar. Upon looking inside, it was Bug he found. Critical incident, stuttering Feck called out. A crowd was now gazing at Bug on the ground. Although his parents were thousands of miles away, by private jet they flew to be by his side. A doctor told them that Bug was in a coma, and quite a shock it was when they espied. All of them the tubes and wires to his body attached, monitors constantly his status view. So it was by his side they would be keeping their lowly vigil until he pulled through. Days became weeks and the weeks became months, until Bug finally opened his eyes. Throughout his coma, his brain had been sleeping, trying to recover, we now realise. Seeing his parents there, he then called out to them in multiple languages he never knew. Agonisingly 4 weeks more would pass by, till his English returned to him, then grew. Over the weeks, his accent then would change from ancestral Scottish, Irish, Welsh and more, all of which astounded both friends and teachers. Even his doctors were baffled galore. All of the teachers were finding it difficult, trying to cope with what they can't explain. Even the stuttering Feck, his language teacher, couldn't decide how much Bug now did gain. Little is known about how the brain responds after a concussive blow to the head. Language interpretation, among other things, all a mystery as it is often said. How this will now affect Bug's future schooling? What decisions must the teachers now make? More relevant, how will Bug react to them? For a brief moment, Bug must take a break.